Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the CONCACAF Connections. Today, we're going to be discussing about match week 6.
Mm-hmm. Is it 5?
Is it 5 or 6?
5.
5? Okay. We're going to be discussing about match week 5. Champions League just happened today. We're going to have the first round of Champions League. We're going to have another round of games tomorrow for Champions League, and I think Europa League's Thursday. But before we get into that, Abdon has some beef that we had the other day in our little group chat. For context, what was it about? Oh, it was about Enzo Fernandez. Yeah.
Because all you did was send
Here we go.
Let me. This happens in our group, just for people. This happens in our group at least twice a week.
If it's not,
at least twice a week.
If it's not Abdon Daniel, it's me and Brandon. It's a whole colossal argument.
The banter and the arguments in our group chat are wicked.
Yeah, sometimes it's me and Abdon too, at 100%.
But go ahead.
Everyone catch the smoke in the group chat.
So this motherfucker starts off with sending me an out-of-pocket message of just Enzo having a 6.6 rating when this man is out of gas, dude. This man's tank was empty. He played in Bolivia up in the fucking mountains. Even McAllister sucked this week. This dude should not have played. And you sent me a 6.6 rating when your man's Holland was on 4.5 the whole game until he got one measly assist. Yeah. And then you're gonna say I'm a cum guzzler just because I'm repping my dude. This man has the best stats in all of
You're
top
on
5.
your knees giving him the gawk whenever you can, whenever you have the chance, dude.
No.
You sent a bunch of useless stats that literally don't mean shit in the grand scheme of things.
If this man was playing in a competent team with these stats, fucking treble winners. If this man was, he would walk in your midfield. He would walk into it.
I don't know if he would walk in the midfield.
He would walk into any top 16. He would walk into any top 16.
I'm not denying that he's a bad midfielder. I'm not saying that. I think he's very overrated. I think you guys paid way more than you should have. And right now you guys are in a transitional period. So you guys are just going to have to be losing points. That's just kind of how it's going to be for this season. But no, he currently right now, no, he does not walk into our midfield. He does not.
You tell me Kovac just starts over him? You tell me you have both Kovac and Enzo. You tell me you have Kovac and Enzo in the midfield, and he starts over Enzo.
If I'm being completely honest with you, Kovacic was your guys' best midfielder last season.
No, he was barely he sucked last year.
Chelsea sucked last year.
No, Kovacic also sucked.
Kovacic also, but he was the least shittiest player on that field.
Nah.
Yeah.
You're just repping your man. You're fucking getting on your knees in front of your man.
I'm not repping your man.
That's what you're doing.
I'm not repping my man.
That's what you're doing.
Bro, I'm not sending stats every single fucking day of every single fucking week about Kovacic and his stats. And then I'm not like,
because he ain't got no stats, bro. Because he ain't got no stats.
Kovacic, he's got the best defensive one-off, like 1v1 challenges. He can glaze through the midfield. Like, I'm not sending shit like that. I don't even gas up any of the other players.
Because no one's posting that shit. Because Kovacic just isn't that fucking type of player.
Or I don't rate Enzo Fernandez. That's the other thing. He's your only quality player that you guys have, and he's not even that great. I don't think he's bad. Again, I don't think he's bad.
That is a horrible
He's not great.
That is a horrible take.
What is?
That
you guys have the second best midfield?
That he's not good.
And he's part of it?
See, and you also keep on trying to give me with that gotcha. Like this man has played with the fucking midfield that we bought for him. Lavia still hasn't started, and Kunku still hasn't started, and fucking Caicedo's injured.
Even if they were fit, you guys are not the second best midfield in Europe. You're not.
I guess we'll not know until they fucking play.
Even on paper, bro, you guys are not the best midfield. I'm not denying you guys don't have quality in that midfield, but to say you have the second best midfield in Europe is not
But you
fucking true.
keep on hitting me with the fucking second best midfield when they haven't played. Have
Bro,
they touched?
you said that.
No.
You said that.
I
You said
said
that.
the new players. I didn't say the ones fucking starting right now.
No, that is not what you said. You said
Why
Caicedo,
why
Enzo, and Lavia with them
exactly?
three.
Have they played? Have they played? Have they played?
You still said that. You still said that. They didn't even play, and you
But
still
you're
said
trying
that.
to hit me with the gotcha every time we lose about it. They have not played together. They have
Yeah,
not
that's fair.
started. They
But it's
have not
also,
started.
but
We
you're
have
also,
we
that's
have
still a hot take.
Galachihuahua in the fucking midfield, and then you're trying to fucking hit me with the best midfield. Like, no, yeah, we have Galachihuahua in this motherfucker, and yeah,
Yeah.
Enzo's gonna suck around him. Everyone's gonna suck around him.
I mean, I honestly, this is just going to be a bad season for Chelsea. But
I think we all
that
know
being
this.
said, Enzo's not that great, and you suck him off a little too much, more than you should.
Enzo is fucking amazing, and
No, he's not. I don't
I
think he's
can't even
bad. I don't think he's
I
bad,
can't
but
even
he's
fucking
nowhere near as good as you're making
he
him
is
out to be.
world class talent, and I can't blame any single person on this team until Poch plays a fucking system correctly.
But that's not his fault. Not
Ooh,
necessarily. I mean, there's some bad. I will say there was some like West Ham. I think he got that game wrong.
he
Um,
Eddie
but he's having to work
Daniel
with. He's
Daniel.
having to work
No,
with.
no, no. I'm tired
Yes.
of this having to work with what the players he's got. We've sucked for 5 games. We have sucked. And what have we done? We've played a different system than what we played in preseason. I understand preseason is one thing and the season is another. But instead of keeping the continuity and playing whoever the fuck we could play, whether it was Carney, whether it was Matson, whoever, Cole Palmer now, because I want Cole Palmer in the 10 and I want Enzo behind him. We should have still been playing the 4-2-3-1 and not with Colwill as the left back. Because this man does not bomb forward. There is no
Yeah.
overlap. There is no
Yeah.
left. Fucking Mudryk created 2-3 chances in last game and got pulled to put Enzo at left wing. Why? Why?
No, I agree. I think there's some.
Poch
I think
is
there's some
fucking up right now.
irregularities. I think there's not. You're right. There's no continuity, but you guys also have a young team, and this young team does not have any experience. And part of having a young team, like the team that you guys have, who doesn't have much Premier League experience, is going to cost you games. You guys are not going to do well this season overall. Um,
And I have a question for you.
and that's kind of how the cards are going to have to be played. I I think if Bowley is understanding of the situation and isn't going to ask Pochettino for finishing, I think I said Chelsea were going to finish seventh. I do believe they're going to finish top 10. I think they'll finish seventh or eighth. But if Bowley's understanding of the situation that he created at Chelsea, as well as just the players that are at the club, um, I think Pochettino can actually turn you guys into a demon team like how you guys used to be. But that's going to take time, and that's kind of the cost of playing with a young team.
But here's one question that I have for you. I have for every single one of you. What benefits a young player? What do young
Having
players
experience,
No, hold on. What do young players benefit by? What is going to make a player learn the system better? Consistency. If this man stops changing what was working in preseason, which I understand preseason is one thing, play the same system that was working for you. We weren't playing against some bums other than Wrexham. We weren't playing against some bum teams. We were playing Premier
put some
League
respect on
teams.
Wrexham.
Huh?
I said put some respect on Wrexham.
Okay. We were playing Premier League quality, and we beat everyone except the one draw against Newcastle. And I understand preseason, but fucking just continue what was working. Why loan out Andre Santos? And he's not even fucking playing at Nottingham Forest. He could have fucking helped out instead of Galachiwawa in the fucking midfield. We could have Andre Santos, who looked great in the midfield. Why loan out Angelo? If we're talking about experience, lack of experience, okay, I'll hit you with that. We have Madueke and Mudryk on the wings, who have, I think Madueke is like on 80 caps, senior caps, and Mudryk is on like 30 or 40, I think.
Okay, but
Hold on. Let me land.
Okay.
We sent out Angelo Gabriel, who I think has over 150 caps for Santos in the Brazilian league. Senior minutes, senior caps. If we're talking about experience, why did we loan out the one winger other than Sterling with the most experience? Like, these are the fucking situations that I'm not understanding. Angelo looked great for us. Why loan him out? He's looking great for Strasbourg. Fucking started this last game. He created 2 goal scoring opportunities that they scored off of.
Yeah.
The whole situation just reeks of bad setup. And I'm not saying patch out. I'm just saying, like, fucking just go back to the basics. Set us up in a way that actually fucking benefits us. We have no left wing, and whoever the fuck plays for Chilwell, Mudryk, Sterling, Enzo, whoever the fuck is not gonna be able to be successful. Because what's going on? We have fucking Colwell not bombing forward, not creating the overlap. We can have just the right midfielder and the right back just double up on the left wing and just block off the whole left wing. Doesn't even fucking matter. Like, I just don't understand. What the fuck's the point?
Well, like I said, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna beat on that dead horse again because I'm not saying you don't have any invalid opinions. I think what you mentioned is fair, but you are more than ever this season. You're gonna have to really rely on the youth that was brought in.
Yes.
And even though Mudryk and Madueke and whoever else you want to mention has like 30, 40, 50 plus caps, most of the players that you guys brought in, apart from like Sterling, and I'm not saying you don't have any players in your team that have no Premier League experience. You still have Reece James, you still have Chilwell, you still have Sanchez, you have Raheem Sterling, Gallagher. I don't know. Do you have any other players that like actually played in the Prem apart from those 5?
I mean, Colwell played a
Thiago
whole
Silva.
season last season. Thiago Silva. Badia Shield is going to come back, and he had experience after the winter transfer window.
But a lot of these players
midfield-wise, I mean, Caicedo played Premier League football. Lavia played Premier League football. Enzo played Premier League football. Like, all these players play Premier. Like, we have some Premier League experience. I'm not saying it's thorough like you would say it.
but a lot of these players that you're banking on are young. Like they are kids and they need like they're you're banking on a lot of your goals and a lot of your I guess moments to happen on kids that don't really know how to react in that situation or at least have the players who've been in that situation to guide them through those situations. So like Mudryk, Madueke, Jackson, some of your defenders as well. Like you guys just signed him. Yeah, like you guys are banking a lot of your play. Like you need to be signing players with. It doesn't even necessarily need to be Premier League experience, even though that would help. But like,
everyone that we signed has experience in senior team. Like the only inexperienced player we have is Mudryk. That man is 23 years old and really is at a development age
He's
of
not 23, is he? I thought he was like
almost,
21.
almost 23, and he's at the developmental age of like a 18-year-old academy kid, just because of the amount of senior minutes he's had. And like Mudryk is talented. That motherfucker has talent. He's just so fucking raw. But what is gonna benefit a person that is so raw is just playing.
Yeah.
Play him in the left wing and mold the team. Let him mold with the team. If we were gonna suck these 5 games, like I know it's a sunk cost fallacy at this point. We spent 5 games trying to just survive and get some points. Why not just fucking play the same system that we were playing? Have the continuity. If we were gonna suck in a couple games, oh well. But we still have these players in the same system. They know their role. They know where their passing lanes. They know where they need to be in their spaces they need to be at. I have fucking Enzo up in the 10, coming back deep to pick up the ball from the midfield or the defense. There's a huge gaping hole in the midfield. Why? Because Enzo's not a 10. I have fucking Jackson coming in deep to get the ball from the midfielders. What happens? There's a gaping hole in the box. Why? Because we need a 10. The whole system revolves around a fucking 10. Play Madsen as the 10, or Cole Palmer, who we just bought for 45 fucking million pounds, as the 10. Like, I can understand 2 games ago not playing Cole Palmer just because he was brand new in the team. He hadn't fucking worked with anyone, whatever. But when he came on as a sub, created the one fucking good chance in that whole game. One chance that Jackson missed. Because unfortunately, you can't fucking rely on your striker to score one chance, convert one chance into one goal. That's why Haaland can miss 9 chances in 2 games, but he'll fucking score a shit ton of goals because he gets so many opportunities. That's my point. Be creative, and the
My
goals will
point is
come.
also, but you just have to. But you also have to like. I keep beating like, dude. I keep beating on this dead horse, but like, you guys are investing in youth, which there's nothing wrong with that. But in the current moment of where Chelsea stand, you guys cannot be investing on kids. You can't. You need to
I
be
think we're
investing on
already in here.
players. You said what?
We're already in here. Too
I
late.
know, and you keep investing in kids.
Yeah, but
You
that's
bought.
not. But that's not where he's coming from. He's not saying anything about the investment of kids or arguing to the fact that that's not good enough. What he's saying is that the system we're playing is not benefiting anybody.
The kids.
Like
It's not playing. It's not benefiting Thiago Silva. It's not benefiting anyone that's in there.
yeah,
No matter if they're experienced or not.
he's playing. They're playing people out of position, playing people not in their best positions. I don't think the argument he's making is like that. These kids need to be winning us games and everything. His only argument is if we're gonna suck, that's fine, but let's suck in a formation that
In a
gets the best out
developmental
of
way.
everyone. Yeah, that gets the best to everyone's strength and allows people to flourish. Even if and give them those opportunities to learn.
Their position.
Their positions, and then those moments in games that you're talking about where they learn how to control games, when to not press, when to press, when to start kind of killing a game off. You can't.
And gain chemistry.
Yeah.
If we fucking mix and match, we're never gonna gain the chemistry. I can understand playing Thiago Silva just to have a little consistency in the team in the back line. Then don't play Colwill at the left back. Play Chilwell. Fucking put Thiago Silva at the right center back and put Colwill left center back, and just lead Disasi out. Do something. I don't know. Malagusto looks great with fucking Raheem Sterling. Why? Because he's gotten the time to gel with Sterling. Like they're just working off of each other. It's not happening on the left. Left's dead. Left is there's nothing there. It's a deaf side. Dead. I don't know. Pretty much all I had.
I mean, it's just gonna be a rough patch for Chelsea, dude.
I mean, yeah.
Poch is gonna fuck up.
He's fucking up.
Yeah, he's fucking up right now. He's got a lot to play with, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. But This is just a project, and you guys are just going to have to go through all the slumps to see what works and what doesn't work.
The thing is,
This
everyone
isn't
is
going to be your
down for
season.
that.
Everyone knew that. What'd you say?
Everyone is down for the project. Everyone is down for the rough patches. We just want to see some improvement. Even if we lose a
Oh, I
game,
know. I
we're
get it.
seeing a constant passage of play where the chances are coming, where we're defensively resolute, where this and that. Like if we just have a lapse in concentration, like oh well.
Right.
But just like let's see something. I'm not seeing the improvement in
Yeah.
this last game. I mean, we were fucking dead in the last 15 minutes. There was no energy.
Who'd you guys play again?
Bournemouth.
Oh, okay.
And Bournemouth was not sitting back.
Yeah,
They
that's
were
the
Were
attacking
they?
at us.
I didn't see the game, so I don't know.
yeah. The issue is like the frustration that most Chelsea fans feel, Daniel, isn't that we didn't realize what a project meant. The
No,
frustrations
I
are
didn't.
right. I'm just saying the frustrations are that like Pochettino, while he has a lot to play with, and while that can be overwhelming, he had the right strategy in the beginning, and then decided to change systems and has continued with the system that, while on like paper and on numbers, it looks really good, and we have some really good lying numbers. We are like 18th for creating chances. I think we're the most crosses made in like all of the league so far, some shit like that. Basically showing that we don't have creativity. We're not,
Against and we have the most crosses with a striker that can't head the ball.
yeah, we don't have any
So
like we're not playing the people's strengths, which is where I think the frustration is, because it'd be different if Poch would be like, all right, we played this formation, we played well, we lost 1-0, it happened, they got counterattacked or something, then everyone could live with that. But it's kind of like the only thing I can kind of like was it kind of equate it to for you to understand is like what we've witnessed with Mexico during the Martino era, where it was like you're not playing a system that works well. You aren't playing players that work better in a system that you're trying to go for anyways, because you are just okay with grinding out a draw or maybe squeezing out when they'll win. And that's kind of what it feels like right now with Poch, because he's not testing anything else. He refuses to, like play an actual left back. Even when we had a right back, like even when we had Reece James and we had Chilwell together, he refused to play Chilwell as an actual left back. Chilwell's been playing in that more higher up winger position where Cowell's been that left back. Like, it's not benefiting anybody. And these are just decisions that are like game by game frustrating people. And like that's why Abdon was saying like a lot of people aren't, Poch out, but Poch needs to realize that he needs to start making changes as well. Because at this point, like, yeah, we're ready.
positive changes.
Yeah, we're ready for you to be a manager for a long time. But also, if you're not gonna make changes, because in a project when things don't work either, you switch it up, you change systems, you change styles, whatever you have to do to make it work. He's not doing that. So, it's like on the flip side of Graham Potter, where Graham Potter changed every game and we had no continuity. Now we have a lot of continuity, but it's with the wrong system. It's like if Pep played a 5 in the back, and you'd be like, why is Pep playing a 5 in the back? We've got all this talent up front. He's like, no, we're going to play 5 in the back. We're just going to do it. You know what
And
I
that's
mean?
the issue is like Pep, the way that City lineup, you have 5 players in attack. You have that let me say it better. Chelsea, when we're in attack, we have 4 players and we're struggling to score. City in attack have 5 players in attack at all times. Why? Because they have the best defensive mid in the fucking in the whole world. So they can defend more resolutely with that one player in Rodri. But they're also just dominating. They're forcing everyone to sit back, and it just making it so they just have all this opportunity to just pepper chances, doing quality crosses, quality passes through the lines, all that shit, and it's just no one can breathe around them. They're all suffocated. Whereas with Chelsea, they know that they can sit back. Chelsea cannot cross correctly, or if they do, The one fucking player that's gonna hit can't head it. They're not gonna make through balls. Other than Enzo, no one can fucking make a through ball. I saw multiple chances where they could have played Jackson 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 against the keeper, just with a simple pass, and they don't do it. It was Sterling that I saw one, and it was Gallagher that I saw the other. 2 chances that could have been made that would have played to Jackson's strengths. Would he have buried them? I don't fucking know. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll never know. But fucking I'm tired of also having to be scapegoated or blame Jackson because he fucking can't hit the goal when he's all the way over here. Like, why take that shot? I don't fucking know why he took that shot. The one that fucking just went all the way out wide. It was a
I don't
stupid
know.
shot
I
to
didn't.
take.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It
That
got
was a
me.
stupid
Yeah.
shot to take. But the man is fucking desperate to even get the ball at his feet running to the goal. Because he hasn't gone that one time, I think, this season. Once. Deadass can't think of any time. Other than maybe Luton. I don't know.
Yeah.
That man is starving.
But
And everyone's fucking saying, we should have gone for Vlahovic. We should have gone for João. Should have done this and that. João Felix might have not even been doing this shit with Chelsea because he wasn't last season. Vlahovic person doesn't score that one goal he scored for Juventus with us because we can't fucking score. Fucking Callum Hudson-Odoi didn't ever score top bins goals with us. Goes to Nottingham Forest, scores a top bins banger in his first game there. We're cursed. I think we're cursed. Like deadass. Pep couldn't save us. Pep will literally become
Hey,
Potter.
I said
us.
don't breathe that name around my team. Don't do it.
No, I don't give a fuck what you say. It could
no,
be the
but like,
best manager that you could, whatever manager you think is the best manager. Sir Alex Ferguson couldn't save this team.
Carlo Ancelotti?
I don't know.
No, couldn't save it.
I think Carlo Ancelotti could.
No, but like, and that's like the other. But that I understand where you're coming from. Like, I do. All I'm just saying that like, I think that's I like I said, you're just banking on the youth, which I know that's not your fault. And again, I know where you're coming from. I do, but I'm just saying like right now, like your hands being forced to play the youth, and you
Yeah.
kind of just have to just go for the ride. I'm not saying that like that's a bad thing or anything, but like all I'm saying, I know, like I said, I know where you're coming from. I really do. And like now you just have to just tackle the season on with a lot of these kids. Um, all I'm saying was that like maybe some experienced players rather than signing some more 20, 21-year-old players
Would have been smart.
probably wasn't the move.
It would have been smart. And I
That's
wanted
all I'm
Madison.
saying. That's all
I
I'm
wanted
saying. Like
Madison.
everything you guys told me, like I already knew. Plus, I was talking to Jose about it over the weekend too. Like
Yep.
everything you guys have told me, I've already known. But all I'm saying is that like you guys probably shouldn't have bought more young players. You guys probably should have bought players like Madison or just other players who were 25, 26, 27 with experience. That's all I was saying.
Yeah,
But
but I would
it
disagree.
is what it is now, and you kind of just have to just play with what you got.
But I would disagree, Daniel, on the sense that like when you say buy 25, 26-year-olds with experience, I don't think the experience part is the problem because of the youngsters we bought, a lot of them got loaned out. I mean, and the people that are playing, Mudryk has Champions League experience. Madueke has European experience. They were both starters in their leagues. You know, Koa was playing Premier League football last season. Conor Gallagher's been playing. This is like his 4th season now in the Prem. You know, we have players that have experience. The issue isn't experience. The issue is level. The issue is level. Like, I don't disagree with you.
What's the one quote? If you're good enough, you're old enough.
Exactly.
Something like that.
The issue isn't like we're not playing 18-year-olds out there. You know what I mean? We're playing like players that I would argue, and I have argued that the money could have been spent more on like because the issue isn't like let's be real. Madison doesn't have Champions League experience at all. But we're not asking for Madison because he has Champions League experience. We're asking for Madison because Madison is at a level where he could compete in a Champions League team. That's the difference.
I was just talking about. I mean, I that's kind of what I was.
Yeah,
I guess lack for better words, but yeah.
because I was saying because it's not youth, and it's not experience that we're missing. It's just top level players. Like you could have signed Donnarumma. Donnarumma is a 23-year-old goalkeeper, but Donnarumma is a top level goalkeeper. You know, you could sign Madison. You could sign Ivan Toney, who just has Premier League experience, no European experience, but it's a top level striker. Like that is the issue. It's not the age of who we're signing; it's the quality.
The thing is, like, you could still make the argument that we bought quality. We're just not using it correctly.
Or it's
The
injured.
only
You're investing more than anything, yeah.
but the thing is, if you look at the injuries, there's maybe 3 players in that injured list that would have played. James, and even then, Malagusto's been playing good. So I understand James is the captain; he's a nail-on starter, but like, we're not suffering because of James's injury. We backed that one up correctly, and Kunku destroyed the whole system that he got injured. Who else is injured? Fucking Caicedo and Lavia, both injured. Those are the starters that were missing, and then the rest of the people injured would have been backups either way. So we're out of the 12 people that we have injured, which is fucking ridiculous. We're missing maybe 4 of those players, maybe 4,
and only one's a game changer. And I guess that's
And only
another
one's a
way to
game
look.
changer.
That's another way you could look at it. We don't have game changers.
But like the thing is, I don't need a game changer. I just need the fucking system. I don't need a super sub. I need the system to be correct, and everything will fucking align.
Mm-hmm.
If you fucking put if you put Haaland in this fucking team, he's not scoring for fucking 8 games.
Well, Holland's got aerial ability. Let's not discount him there.
And also,
this is
I mean,
Jackson.
Jose,
not
we're
to
talking about
shit-
Chelsea right now. We are the graveyard for strikers.
Yeah. Oh, I
not to
agree.
shit
Hold
on-
on,
Not
Daniel.
to shit on Jackson. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the argument with Jackson the last couple of games has been that we've crossed too much and he's not a good aerial finisher. Holland is a good aerial finisher.
Yeah, and not to mention that like some of the chances that Jackson's like completely fucked, Holland's not missing a lot of those.
You don't know that.
He is. He's just.
I
You're
don't
just
think
not
so.
noted. No,
Bro,
Daniel.
when you're
He
5
is.
feet away,
Daniel.
bro, I'm telling you right now, I saw Holland
Daniel.
in the same exact positions with the same exact deliveries. 9 times out of 10, he's converting them.
Didn't he have a
Daniel.
howler
Here's
today?
2 things. Here's two things. First of all, that motherfucker.
I didn't
Holland,
actually watch the game, so I don't know.
Hold on.
How does that work?
Shut the fuck up. 2 things. That motherfucker Holland is confident. Why? Because he knows he's going to get a million chances to score every single game. Jackson is going to be on edge because he knows he has one shot, one opportunity. I'm fucking Eminem out here, and he's gonna fucking and even misses it, it's done. He's not getting any more.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Is Holland does miss those chances. You just don't notice it because he gets fucking 8 of those a game. That's the difference. You don't notice it. You don't notice it because he's going to get more. Everyone else is going to chip in for goals. Alvarez will fucking pop one for 25 yards out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I'm saying is you're getting help across the fucking attack. We're not getting help across the attack.
We're also just a better team, but, that's for another day.
No fucking shit.
But, yeah, no, I get your frustrations. I get all that, but it's a project.
I can't judge Jackson until he's fucking missing the amount of chances. Like, if he's got this conversion rate and he's got so many missed chances a game. Like,
yeah.
Quality chances. I understand big chances missed. He's leading. How many of those have been quality? He's got the fucking ball at his feet, not bobbling, not fucking headed over to him. He's running to the goal, and he's missed it. He hasn't got one chance, I think. Not one. And we have fucking people calling for Ivan Toney in January.
No, it's not.
So we're gonna bank our season. We're gonna bank our season on the guy that hasn't played in a year. That's what we're gonna do. Like what the fuck is that gonna do for us? It's the same situation that we're gonna be in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want Vlahovic. I didn't want Vlahovic. Vlahovic
He
can
might
fucking
end up
struggle
playing in
here.
Cuckoo up top.
Maybe he'll play in Kuku on top and fucking put Cole Palmer behind them. I don't care. Whoever the fuck you have to fucking play.
Yeah.
Just
No, I'm just saying,
play
like
a
that
system
that
correctly.
might end up happening. Yeah.
Like,
but
just play the system correctly, and that's it.
it's a project, and it's going to be a painful one. So
Yeah, and
a
I'm
lot of
down for a
mistakes.
painful project.
A lot of mistakes are going to be made. A lot of errors are going to be made. I
A
won't lie.
mistake
There's a
here
lot
and
more
there.
errors. Yeah, there's a lot more errors being made right now. At least be thankful it's early on, and it's not like
Dude.
you know.
I think we needed a purple patch to give Podge a little what's the word? Just a little bit in the tank to ride on, some
Yeah,
coattails to ride on, and then we hit a rough patch, and right now in October when we hit that fucking horrible section of our season, that would have been the time to get the horrible patch.
yeah. Not right
Right
now. No,
now would have been
I
the
agree.
time to squeak out some wins and have some points on the board, so we're not all freaking
I
the fuck out.
yeah, and that'll be a true test. Like that, I know you guys are having like a really bad start to the season, and so far things haven't been great. But that will be like a really like true make or break for Chelsea.
Make or break
Because
for Podge.
if and it's going to be make or break for Poch, and if Poch doesn't do well overall, like there's going to be some games you guys lose. Like it's just inevitable. It's going to happen. But realistically, I have to look at all the fixtures because I don't know which fixtures are doable and which ones are winnable for you guys.
I don't see a winnable game.
Let me look at the fixtures. Let me look at the fixtures real quick. Hold up.
All right, hurry up. You gotta move on. We've been on Chelsea for a fat
I was
minute.
gonna say,
We have been.
Daniel.
Yeah, that was that full. It was like an hour of Chelsea right
No,
there.
it's not been an hour. Relax. It's
We can do
we've got
another whole Chelsea
episode.
podcast episode.
Yeah. We might have to. We got
I mean, it's horrible out here.
Yeah, we got Aston Villa, Brighton in the cup, Fulham, Burnley, Arsenal, Brentford, Tottenham, Man City, Newcastle. And the issue, Daniel, I'm just gonna finish
It
up
stretches
here.
to December. Yeah.
Is you keep saying that like we're gonna have topsy turvy season. We all knew that. You're not telling us anything we didn't know. The issue.
No, I know.
The issue isn't whether or not we're gonna be good this season. The issue isn't whether or not Pochettino is, got
the man for the job.
No, not even that. Got the squad to, get us decent results. The issue isn't any of that. The issue right now, all the problems that are being made, at least on the field, not off the field, on the field, that Pochettino is being scrutinized for, is not because he's banking on young kids. It's his mistakes as a coach with his setup. Whether we agree with that or not, whether he agrees with that or not, because obviously he knows more about football than any of us do. We can all see that the way he wants to play and the way we're playing just don't add up. And the criticism that he's coming under from everybody are from decisions that he's making. Like, these are not errors because he's forced to play people out of position. These are just choices he's personally making. And if those are choices he's going to personally make, then I don't see him, if they're in this next stretch of games, if we don't beat Aston Villa, if we don't beat Burnley, we should have beat Brentford. I think if we don't win those two games, Aston Villa, could go 50-50, but I think we have enough quality to beat Aston Villa on paper.
I mean, at this point, I just want to draw.
Yeah. But if we don't beat them or Burnley, then some serious questions have to be taken, because at this point, it's not about quality. It's not about any of that. It is the manager. And it is only not because I question his ability. I question his decision making.
Yeah.
So that's where I think a lot of the frustration lies.
Do we think? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was finishing up. Yeah.
Okay. Hypothetical. Let's play the hypothetical game. I love playing the hypothetical game. No, shut up. I'm gonna run through the next 4 games. Let's pretend like this is what happens in the next 4 games for Chelsea. Draw Villa, lose in the cup to Brighton, beat draw Fulham, beat Burnley. Are you happy with that?
No.
We should be beating Fulham.
We should be able to beat Fulham. We should be able to beat Burnley. The Brighton one is like, okay, that can go
It's a
either way.
50-50.
Yeah, because like they are.
So that would be a draw. That would be a draw at home to Villa, losing at home to Brighton, drawing Fulham away, and beating Burnley away.
Yeah, it's not good enough. Because like,
Because at that
I
point we'd
agree.
be at what?
I just
because like
Because you
go ahead, Ed. I'm sorry.
sorry, because at that point you're saying draw Villa. That's 1 point. Lose to Fulham and beat Burnley.
no draw Fulham and beat Burnley. So that's 5 points from
That's
9
5.
possible.
So 10 points in you said 9 games.
Well,
Minus
one was
the
a cup game,
Minus
right?
the cup.
The one that
Well,
you said?
one was a cup game, so yeah, it would be 10 points in 8 games.
Dude,
Is Poch out?
I don't know if it's Poch out yet, but
That's 13
but
points.
we're looking at
that
relegation.
They lost.
The
going
rumor
into-
will spin it.
But
That's what's happening.
But that is also your lead up to your stretch of Arsenal,
games.
Brentford, Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton.
Exactly. So
We're looking at relegation.
Yeah, we need to get 9 out of 9 points during that span of games because, like, I know Abdon was saying that
That's
we were going to
just
finish.
not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was one thing when we said it was top. You know, when Abdon was saying that we were going to finish in the top 4 or whatever, and everyone's opinions of us finishing in the top 4. You know, I still firmly believe we can finish within the top 10, between 10 and 7th. The issue is if we're going to finish in that position, these are the teams we have to beat.
Yeah,
like these are the teams we have to beat. We should have beat Bournemouth. We should have not lost 9 Forest. These are games we're throwing away. And I would say if that situation happens, not hypothetical, we have 10 points after 8 games. No, Poch is going to be out. He may not be out.
He will be
as soon as that game ends, but we will already be looking at other managers. And
absolutely.
But to also be honest, I don't know who they bring in.
There would be no one to bring in. Fucking what?
Oh, the German guy.
Zidane.
Frank round 3?
No.
Oh, Nagelsmann?
Nagelsmann would be great.
Zidane.
I would love Nagelsmann.
He just got the Germany. He just got the Germany job.
Did he get the Germany job? He
Yes.
should have waited, bastard.
Oh, because
I didn't want Nagelsmann either.
Yeah, Hans Flick got sacked.
Why not Zidane?
Because Zidane is not a tactical genius. Zidane does not know how to rebuild. Zidane can only play when he has a swag
Zidane is not coming
team.
to England.
Yeah.
Zidane is not coming to England.
And he's not good enough, in my personal opinion.
I mean,
I
think Pep is ass?
He's a name. He's the name that's out there.
Okay. I'm gonna be. I don't think Pep is ass. I don't think Pep is a god of football. But I'm gonna be real honest with you. I've seen Pep consistently, win. And while Zidane won 3 Champions League in a row, Zidane had probably one of the best squads in Europe. And I just watched Pep Guardiola. One thing I always criticized him was doing a whole rebuild, and he just rebuilt Manchester City as a whole, and they won a treble. Like I'm not gonna compare Pep Guardiola and Zidane because that's a crime in itself. Like that is an obvious winner.
Who, Pep?
Yeah, Pep's obviously a better manager than Zidane by far.
Like the thing is, I can't be aligned with you if you're telling me that you would not take Pep at this fucking football club right now.
I wouldn't because I don't. But I also don't think that the way we want to play fits a Pep's.
Whatever.
No, I mean, but that's also a thing. It's a stylistic difference.
We're trying to play attacking football.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to play tiki-taka and do 1,000 passes to watch a team, to like...
We're doing that right now.
Yeah, but I don't like it either.
We're leading the league in passes.
I don't like it
not
either.
Not City.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
So
but we want a treble, so just keep that in mind.
And we beat you, so...
That was 2 years ago.
Who did you fucking beat? Fucking Inter. Fucking Lukaku came off the bench, and you're telling me
I think people are sleeping on how good that Inter team was. I'm not saying they were better than us because we were a better team, but they still had some pretty dangerous players.
They should have been in that game. They should have extended the game at least. It should have gone to extra time.
Like, I think people are undervaluating how good that injured team was.
If
I'm not saying that
if Lukaku wasn't literally the worst player on the planet, that game goes to extra time, and then who knows what happens.
And even then, dude, Lukaku was still getting chances. Like, he
No, I
was
mean
getting
he
way more
was getting
chances
himself.
than the other strikers were getting, and he was a sub.
Yeah, he
So,
fumbled. He
I think-
fumbled the game. He fumbled
I
Meg the
think
Stallion. It was terrible.
I mean, dude, yeah. So, again, I'm not saying Inter were better than City, because I think we were too, but people are really undervaluating that team. Because they caused a lot of problems. The way they even set up, too, they knew that they were not going to outpossess us in the game. They had to get us on the counter. They had to do the low block or high press and try to get us out of possession or make a bad pass. Like, they played for the way they understood how we were going to play, and the way they set up, they played very well. And if it wasn't for Lukaku, honestly, if Lukaku had played better, it would probably have been a different final. Not to mention, if he didn't save Brozovic's fucking header off the goal line, the game would have been a lot different too. So
I got a fucking present to show you guys. Just to show you how incompetent this fucking team is.
His camera's
Oh,
off.
no,
I'm scared.
yeah, your camera is off.
I'm about to turn it on. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
scared.
Oh, shit.
Just show you how incompetent this team is.
He's changing
Did
the
you buy a
Manchester
jersey?
City.
I bought a jersey.
No.
I bought a men's size large. You want to know what
When
they
did you
sent
buy
me?
it? Before you say anything, when did you buy it?
3 weeks ago.
Oh no!
What site?
No.
Just from the Chelsea Mega Store.
All right, let's
Okay,
do it.
okay,
Let's
okay.
do it.
Bro, if it's Caicedo,
They brought me a fucking kid's jersey.
oh
This is how incompetent this fucking team is. This is how incompetent this team is.
no!
Is there a name on it?
My boy Reese.
at least you have
I'm
a good
gonna have to
player.
put it on the wall. I'm gonna have to put it on the wall or some shit. I don't know.
Hey, bro, just go.
Send
You're
it back.
gonna have to go hit
Send
the
it
gym.
back.
Make it real small.
They
Get
already
back.
they already gave me the money back.
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
That's actually kind of funny. And it kind of ironic, too, because there's so many kids on that Chelsea team.
That's
Oh
fucked
my
up.
god.
That's fucked up.
That was good though. I give you that.
Yeah.
I guess speaking of small teams, now that we've talked enough about Chelsea, we should switch over to Tottenham.
Speaking of small teams,
Yeah, relax. You got 5 good games. Relax. Eddie, how do you feel after
and you
that?
have 5 bad ones.
Hey, bro,
Two
listen.
I'm
Champions
sorry.
League. Two
Low
Champions
blow.
League.
I'm sorry.
Two Champions League.
To be fair, they had the
what
player of
did
the
he
month
say?
and manager of
I
the
didn't
month.
hear you.
You have 5
I
bad
said that
times.
you've had 5 bad games.
Yeah, man, but like, you're gonna make fun of a kid that got both his legs broken? We were an Olympic athlete before the leg breaks. It's a metaphor. Chelsea we're an Olympic athlete, and we got 2 leg breaks. You're gonna make fun of
See, okay,
you're gonna make fun of a disabled team? That's rude, man.
I understand
Fucking
where you're coming from
Putin
now.
just had to invade Ukraine. He just had to do the thing.
But
honestly,
it does span
if
back from it.
Abramovich was still there, this Chelsea team would be so different.
Yeah, but we also
But in the best ways.
yeah, but we wouldn't.
I
We
don't, know,
would be.
I don't know if it would be in the best ways, but we wouldn't be this fucking down bad.
We'd be winning.
No.
That's for sure.
Not titles.
Yeah, but winning.
You wouldn't be 12th or 13th or wherever your guys are at.
The last season under him, we won a Champions League title. So I mean, like, it can't hate it.
Dude, that shit was written in the stars, and also it was Man City, so it was Man Shitty.
Exactly. But no,
Don't talk too much shit.
Switching from Chelsea and Man
In the
City,
slums right now.
What?
I think Eddie talked to us about how that turnaround game was it White Hart Lane? Not White Hart Lane, the London Stadium.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
No, is it called the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
London Stadium's
West Ham, isn't it? What a name. What were your thoughts of the game? That miraculous comeback.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. I was convinced it was. I mean, to be 1-0 down in the 96th minute and win is pretty remarkable. But and the manager was bitching about the extra time or like about how much injury time there was, and the players were. But that's what you get for time wasting from kickoff. Like they were literally time wasting from the moment the ball was kicked off. So they got what they deserved with the 12 minutes extra time.
But it was 15 minutes overall, right? Like after everything was
Over
said
the
and
two
done.
halves.
Yeah. Well, in the second half.
Or yeah. I think the final whistle blew at like 105, something like that.
Sheesh.
But I mean, we dominated the game. Their goal was kind of like a leaky goal. It was very much against the run of play. Which in a game like that, those type of goals are where you feel like, okay, it's over. Like, wasn't meant to be today, but the players didn't hang their heads. They didn't, see any kind of quit. They just kept going, kept doing what they were doing. And Richarlison provided the spark off the bench with the header and then assisted on the second goal. So good to see him play well with all the, mental health stuff that's been coming out about him and the talk about how poor he's played. It was nice to see him finally get praise. But yeah, overall, I mean, like to say the performance was impressive when we were trailing for like going into the 97, like trailing in a position where we should have ended up losing. It feels weird. It feels contradictory to say, but we did, play typical Ange ball, looked really good and showed a lot of fight and showed a lot of hunger. And yeah, it was a pretty wild game. I definitely screamed at the top of my lungs when the second goal went in. I literally scared the dog out of the room, and my sisters came running downstairs. They're like, "What's wrong? What happened?" And then I was like, "Don't worry about it."
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
What were your thoughts on Ange's? Was it his post commentary comments of like letting the fans enjoy this? Because I know there's a lot of people that are saying that they're dark horses to win. I was one of them last week. They call them you guys dark horses to maybe challenge for the title. And he kind of squashed their remarks of like kind of setting expectations. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was yeah. Where he said like he's glad that the fans or he's glad that the fans have high expectations now because like it's a part of being a fan, like going through the high highs and the low lows, like, this is what they love the club and it's just like support. And he was like, we just want to go out there and prove them right and keep those expectations high. And I love that. That's, I think that's a great mindset to have as a manager. To want to keep our expectations there, not to be like, I'm glad the fans are excited about us, but we need to be real. Like if he would have said something like, we need to be a little more realistic, like we still have a lot of work to do, I would have been like, yeah, okay, whatever. But the fact that he said no, like I'm glad that they feel that way, that they're enjoying the football we're playing because that's what our goal is. Like that's just shows a lot about who he is as a manager and how much he cares for the supporters already. And he's only been here for what, 4 months?
Yeah, something like that.
He's only been working with the team for like 4 or 5 months, and he already
Hold on,
cares
boys.
about the club and
I'm just
supporters
saying.
like that.
Hold on, I gotta dip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
thanks.
just started my exam, so
Well, thanks for joining us, Daniel.
thank you guys.
Okay. We'll talk about
Bye.
Manchester City for you in a good light.
I
No,
don't
we
think
won't.
you
I
will,
won't.
but it's
I
fine.
won't.
I
I know
won't.
you won't, Abdon. It's
I
fine.
will,
I know you're in the
unfortunately.
slums. I'll let you have it. You're in the slums. I'll just say Doku played very well.
Yeah, fucking Mudrik would play well on that team.
I don't know, but to each their own. But it's okay. Anywho, Man City are better than Chelsea, and yeah.
Get out of
Bye,
here.
guys.
Bye-bye. Anyways, continue, Eddie.
No, that was it. That was the end of what I was saying.
All right, let's ask the question that everyone's waiting to ask.
All right.
Ask it.
Is Ange cursed?
Why would he be cursed?
Because you won Premier League player or Premier League
Oh.
manager of the month of the
Well, okay. So funny thing about that. Nuno won manager of the month and lost the very next game. I'm pretty sure Mourinho the same thing. Won it, lost the very next game. Conte the same thing, lost the very next game. So everyone was saying like, Andrew's going to lose this game, blah blah blah. And then we go down versus Sheffield, and it was like, oh my god, the manager of the month curse is real. But then the fact that we came back and won the game was us breaking the curse.
Okay.
So no, he's not cursed
Okay.
yet.
Sounds good. I'm just not. Hey, I fuck with the trends. I believe in the trends.
If he would have lost to Sheffield, I would have said yes. But since we came back and won, he broke the curse.
I'm with tell.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's not cursed. There's something about the way he's got this Tottenham team playing. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but it just feels different. Not in the sense of like I think they're gonna be winning like the league or anything this season. I just mean like last season, that game they go 1-0 down, they're not getting back in that at all. And they came back, turned it around, won it. They're making that stadium feel more like a home. Like that felt like a very good win at home. Like the fans seem to be getting more behind the team. When you like, I watched that game and hearing the live reaction of the crowd just going crazy. I don't know. It just there's definitely a good buzz around the team right now and around that camp. And I don't know. My only fear would be a lot of it is still a squad that was under Mourinho and under Conte, where people were like they're the best team in England and they couldn't keep it up. So I guess longevity will be where we really tell how good Tottenham is and Ange is. But right now, I just think there's a different feeling around that hasn't been there probably since the last good season of Pochettino, which was 2017, right? 2018, the Champions League
the
final.
Year we made the 2018-19.
Yeah, so it's been about 4 years since those kind of vibes have been there. And I'm not saying that, it's going to be that again, but definitely think it's in a positive direction. And I can only imagine what you feel like after being through so many years of, quote unquote, like you say, terrorist football.
Well, it's just I had a point to make, but I can't remember now. Oh, I think this is something Abdon mentioned a couple weeks ago that I'm kind of just reiterating. It's going to be interesting to see, and it's going to be important to see how this team responds when they go through a slump, because it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to lose. We're going to have a stretch where we go, like, maybe we win like 1, we draw 2, and we lose 3 or 4. Like those stretches are going to happen. They just always do with most teams. Maybe not City anymore, but with most teams, these things happen. So how do they respond? How does Ange respond? How do they adapt? How do these young players keep their heads on straight and not get too down in the dumps? Like, is going to be very telling about where this team is and what they can actually achieve this season. I think the rough patch will tell us more than a patch like right now where we're flying high. Like, because anyone can ride momentum and look really good. It's how do you get up off the mat when you've been knocked down is going to be the true test of what we can accomplish, at least this season. And then once we see that, we'll know who's made for it and who's not. We'll know like what players respond to the poor play better than others, and we can move on from said players and bring in others. So it's going to be interesting.
So you think the next 2 games are going to be a sneak peek of that resilience that you're
Arsenal,
speaking
Liverpool?
of? Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Like I said in our group, I've already prepared for a loss against Arsenal just because that's a cursed fixture for us in the Emirates.
Jeez,
Liverpool
I
at home.
I don't think it's about Arsenal. I think it's about Liverpool. I think
That's going to
Liverpool.
be, especially since that's at home. Like, I feel like we can get something from that game since it's at home.
But what I'm saying is Arsenal. I think you should pretty much. I'm not saying that you will or not. I'm saying you should prepare for a loss just because they are quote unquote title contenders, even though
They're
they're
not.
the worst title contenders ever. I mean,
Yeah.
but yes, Liverpool against Spurs. Not to say that they're necessarily in the same level. I know Liverpool have great continuity and just barely into the system right now. So everyone's still learning on Spurs side. Liverpool's trying to figure out their identity again post all the new comings and all that shit. I think that will be the greatest tell of who out of those two are actual legit players in this league. And let's be honest here, one will fucking win and then go on a slump for like a month and then come back and it'll be up and down for both of those teams. I just think that if any of the two teams that Spurs play, they're more closely aligned with Liverpool than with Arsenal on paper, quote unquote. I'm still not buying the Arsenal. I'm not gonna drink the Kool-Aid for Arsenal.
I'll say this right now. If we beat Arsenal on Sunday, but like I said, I'm not expecting it, but if for some reason we beat Arsenal on Sunday, like there's going to be no slowing down my hype. Like if we beat Arsenal Sunday, I'm probably going to be ready to call us title challengers, honestly. Like legitimate title challengers.
I would call you legitimate title challengers if you can take points away from both those games, these next two games. Then I think you have a case of being title challengers.
How about we make
What
it
if
through?
but what if it's just two ties?
Yeah, but either way, I think that you're getting points off of quote unquote, title challenging favorites. You know what I mean? Like that is
Top four teams.
because like who you've already beaten United this season, which United are already shown that they're not going to challenge
Which
that title.
yeah, we thought that was a good win. Turns out it's not.
But maybe it was because that was your second game of the season, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it was. Maybe you just really
I'm
kicked
telling
off
you,
the down spiral for Manchester
the best
United,
result so far was week 1 tying Brentford away.
right? Yeah, because I think
Brentford away is not an easy fixture.
no, not at all. But I'm just trying to think because the only team you've drawn is Fulham, which Fulham already shown that they can take
Well, that
points
was
off
the
of the
cup.
big team. Yeah,
That was the cup.
oh, that's true. I guess.
And we got knocked out in penalties, but we tied them in like regular time or whatever.
Yeah, but the reason I think that it'll be a indicator of like if getting points off those teams because the only big team quote unquote you played is Manchester United, and then Brentford isn't our tough team, but like top team, it's Manchester United. Which I mean, Arsenal almost fumbled the bag against Manchester United. Whether there's some refereeing decisions that people want to debate, that's a whole different thing. But I mean, they almost took down Manchester United. So I think if you can get points against Arsenal, Liverpool, continue winning against Luton, Fulham, Crystal Palace, you're gonna definitely beat Chelsea if Poch doesn't change things around.
Stop.
You'll definitely beat Wolves.
No, you are. No, you are.
If Poch
I don't even wanna
continues with
hear
his
it.
system, you will beat Chelsea, bro.
Poch might not be in his post by then.
Well, then maybe it'll be a different story when we touch it. But like Nottingham Forest are beating us, you can beat us. And then
Where is that first game?
that is in November.
No, where?
Oh, that's at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Oh, we're so
Okay,
good.
we're winning that game.
And then the only next hard stretch of games you have is the end of November, which is going into December, which is Aston Villa away, Manchester City at home, and then West Ham and Newcastle at home. So, and I'm sorry, I meant Tottenham at home against Aston Villa and then away at Manchester City. So I think if you can get points during that like very difficult, span of fixtures, and you can get points against Arsenal and Liverpool, I think you do have a case. but that's also going to see if they can make it past November, because that's usually when Jose Mourinho's team kind of fell apart. I think that's when Conte's team fell apart. So we'll see. That's why we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I don't know. I think that. Oh, I can see it. It's not. They're not. You guys aren't the finished article by any means, but I can see.
And you got to think like maybe Ange will bring in 1 or 2 players in January.
Yeah.
To help strengthen the squad, and then if we're still in the hunt by then,
you still have AFCON to deal with.
Yeah, which AFCON starts in January, so that's why hopefully we buy a midfielder, at least one.
Maybe you'll buy 2.
Maybe 2.
Only time will tell. You need a backup 10 for Madison.
Someone better than Lo Celso, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like for you, it's not really like a matter of like we need someone to fill those roles. You just need someone good enough to be a understudy or someone that's young that can eventually take over.
Gallagher.
Yeah, no, I like Gallagher. Keep him at Chelsea.
Chihuahua.
Keep him at Chelsea.
We've been linked with him
Stop.
this whole summer.
He'll be so
we
good.
Linked with him.
And then Chelsea people are going to be like, well, he was so bad for us. I'm like, no, he just didn't play in the right position.
He probably would be really good for us. That's just the way it's been going with Chelsea. A player leaves and becomes good, so.
Havertz and Mount.
Well, yeah, I guess they're anomalies.
Kovacic, I'm not even going to fucking count because how do you fail in that team? Unless you're Calvin Phillips. How do you fail in that team?
Send Gallagher to City.
He'd dominate.
Become prime KDB in that fucking team.
He'd be better than Phil Foden. People would start being like, Phil Foden's trash. That's how good he is.
Trash.
But no, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they can do.
Next 2 games will be very, very interesting.
It will.
And we have no Europe, no cups in between, so we just can straight up focus on those 2 games, which will be really helpful.
FA Cup?
That hasn't started yet.
When does that start?
It doesn't start till January.
I don't even think they've done the draw yet.
Yeah, no, they're still doing like the lower rounds right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to worry about any other fixtures for months. Just the Prem. You guys too. Well, you're still in the cup. Assuming you lose to Brighton.
Well, you see, we've thrown away our league campaign already. So now we have to just focus on the league.
Yeah, just focus on the
Here's
cup.
what pisses me off about that is we beat fucking Brighton 4-3. And really the only reason why they scored those last 2 because we put in a horrible defense out there in the last 20 minutes. We played great. I don't have any fucking hope on a single ounce that we beat Brighton. Not a single ounce.
I also think Brighton are in the race for top 5. I do think Brighton are that good.
Oh, absolutely.
I know when I said it earlier in the season, everyone was like, whoa, I don't know about that. But I do think Brighton are that good. I think De Zerbi has shown that he's that good. And even with the
we'll see how they do with Europe starting.
I think they'll be fine. Because they don't have a problem rotating.
Yeah, I do too.
I think
they'll be interesting.
Are they in the Conference League or are they in Europa?
They're in the Europa.
I think they'll win Europa League.
No, Liverpool will.
To be honest, I know they won't do it. But like if Brighton were smart, they would purposely drop out of Europa
and go for
just to focus on Champions League.
That's a shout.
If they were smart.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could finish last in their group, and then they wouldn't have to go to the Conference League.
Like, don't waste your players on Thursday night football out in fucking Turkey. Like, save them for Premier League.
They could also just go win the Europa League and then get Champions League.
I don't think they're going to win the Europa League.
I don't know. I also think
they don't have the depth for that.
You see, but that's what my next point was going to be. They're so good. They always seem to have a youngster ready to come through the ranks, like because they're such a well built club and such a they think steps ahead, more steps ahead than anyone else does, in my opinion. And I think that you could play those youngsters and give them more time in the Europa League, and they would shock you because I think the system they play plays people to their strengths. I think it really sets them up for success.
Who would have thought?
I know, right? But like
God.
I know. That's what I'm
On the
saying.
forehead,
Like
what?
I don't think it's the quality of player they have, or that they play youngsters, or they sit down a couple players. Like he made 6 changes against Manchester United. De Zerbi did, and they beat United 3-1. And you would think that was Brighton's best 11 with Danny Welbeck leading the line. Like that's like it's crazy. Like for them, the system is the most important thing.
What has happened to my club, man?
Well, should we talk about Champions League for a little bit and then wrap up?
I think so.
I didn't watch any.
I
games.
wasn't able to watch any games.
But we have the results. We have Milan, who are sneaky good, getting points taken off by a team that said they were never going to get points in this group.
Hey, I
never said that they were going to get points. I said they're going to go last.
Newcastle would get no points.
No, I said
they would finish third. I said they would finish third.
I said the only team I could see, because everyone was saying that Borussia Dortmund were going to be the team that finishes 4th, and I said Newcastle will probably finish 4th, and they might, but I also said that the only team I could see Newcastle taking points off of was AC Milan, where everyone told me that AC Milan were sneaky good, and they weren't going to drop points to Newcastle. Well, they dropped points at home against Newcastle.
I mean, Newcastle are not going to drop points
in
to
a fucking.
Wait, what'd you say?
Sorry, go ahead, Eddie.
I just said Newcastle should get points off of Dortmund for sure.
Yeah,
Dortmund are not good.
AC Milan are sneaky good. Fucking Leao just try and dink it into the goal and completely whiffed on the ball.
Yeah, Leao fucked it.
Dude. Listen.
He did all the hard shit. All he had to do is just the one simple thing.
Listen, I know.
Perfect testing material.
I know I'm memeing a lot about AC Milan, and I do think they have a good squad. The only thing is, like, the only 2 teams of real quality they played so far this season is Newcastle and Inter Milan, and they got beat 5-1 by Inter Milan. They drew 0-0 to Newcastle. Like that's why I'm like,
I still don't know how quality Newcastle is right now.
Well, I mean, quality enough to take away points from a super sneaky good AC Milan. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't know how good AC Milan really is. They played really well against teams that they should be beating, but I mean, the only other team I can think of that almost gave them a run for their money was AS Roma. I know they beat them 2-1, but AS Roma, the last 20 minutes of that game are really dominating. So I don't know. That's why I think, like, AC Milan, while I do think they have good players and they do have a quality squad, I do think that they may not be the article that everyone's making them out to be. So that's why I keep memeing it.
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. I also just like it because Eddie's AC Milan now.
Hey, AC Milan is full on Chelsea. We got the Chelsea boys at AC Milan.
Yeah, they can have Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I'll take back Tomori in a heartbeat, and then they can have Ruben Loftus-Cheek because he's not good enough to play at Chelsea.
And Gallagher is?
Yeah.
Nah, you can. Nah.
Yeah, I said what I said. PSG beat Dortmund 2-0. Feyenoord beat Celtic 2-0. Lazio, that was a big game. Did you guys see that?
That was crazy. The goalie, dude.
Yeah, goalkeeper equalized in the 95th minute to draw 1-1 against Atletico Madrid.
Bro, Madrid's fall off is insane.
Atletico Madrid?
Yeah.
I thought you meant Real Madrid. I was like, when did they play?
No, like Atletico Madrid used to be like potential favorites every season, and now like I just don't even like hear about them doing anything.
Well, you can only
like sure they still finish top 4, but it's just like, okay, that's great. Like you're not winning leagues, you're not winning cups, you're not winning Champions Leagues. Like they just, I feel like, are kind of running in place. They're not going anywhere. They're not moving forward. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. So like I just feel like they don't scare me anymore if I'm a team like Lazio, or I don't know who else is in that group, but I'm sure they'll still get out of the group, but like they're just not they're not the team they once were.
No, and I think it's because Simeone is still
He's been there
playing the
too long.
system. You said what?
He's been there too long.
He has, and his system has become very defense minded, and will have one or two players that can just have a moment of brilliance and get us out, win us games, or score a goal here or there. I think that Atletico do need to move away from him. The question is, who do you bring in? Because the team is so built for Simeone.
It would have to be a whole overhaul.
Yeah, because I mean, you've lost players like Griezmann left because he wanted to be in a more attack-minded team. What's his name? João Felix. Yeah, because he didn't want to play in that defensive structure. You've lost. I mean, Luis Suarez. That one season when he was there, they won a league title 2 years ago, but that's because Luis Suarez still had the ability to just be that guy and get them goals here and there.
I don't know if it was just necessarily about that. It's also just the fact that Barcelona and Madrid were also incompetent that season.
That's true. Well, I didn't they go? No, they went toe to toe with Real Madrid. Went. Think they lost by a point in the last. I think they lost to Atletico, and that was the last day of the season. That's when they lost by a point.
Okay.
So
My bad.
no, well, Barcelona were bad though.
Yeah.
But Barcelona have been bad for years. For their level, anyways.
I mean,
Joao
they
Felix
fucking
looked
won.
really good though today.
2 games, 3 goals, 1 assist.
It's Royal Antwerp, so take it with a grain of salt. To be fair, but 2 goals, 1 assist, 94% accurate passes.
Yeah, I had my whole timeline full of Chelsea fans crying that we didn't keep João Felix, like he was gonna do all that with us.
Barcelona should comfortably get out of that group, or comfortably win the group. I mean,
who else is in that group?
Porto, Antwerp, and
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was just looking at it.
So Barcelona and Porto. They're the teams getting out of that group.
Yeah.
How unexciting.
Hey, tomorrow we get to watch Bayern destroy Man United.
Oh, dude, I'm here for it. There wasn't much to talk about today for today's games, but today was a lot more.
Pretty much like everything we thought that was going to happen. Maybe besides the Lazio game being so crazy.
Yeah, but let's run down.
Today was kind of.
Yeah, today was kind of.
Go ahead. No, today was just kind of eh.
Yeah, but now let's do a little let's give our predictions for the games. Yeah, let's start with Galatasaray at home versus Copenhagen. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
3-0 Galatasaray.
Yeah, 3-0 Galatasaray with Zaha hat trick.
Yes. No, because Ndombele will score 1.
Is Ndombele there?
We loaned him there, yeah.
Oh my god, how the times have fell. He's by Lucas Torreira too, the Arsenal reject.
Bro, Galatasaray also have Icardi and Isak, or not Isak, Ziyech.
Yeah, but Tete's playing there.
He's on a loan with an obligation to buy.
So he's gone.
All right, let's not bury the lead here. How bad are Bayern going to beat Man United tomorrow?
Honestly, I don't know if they're going to beat them that bad. I'm going to call it 2-1.
I was going to say it's going to be like a 2-0.
I want Harry Kane to score 9 goals, but I don't think that's
possible. I'll say 3-1. I think Rashford is good for 1.
Nah, not even Rashford. Because they haven't, Bayern haven't been sensational in the league either. I mean, they've been good. Don't get me wrong; they're winning games, but they're not blowing people out. So that's why I think if I'm gonna be honest with you, I think it's 4-1. I do think Harry Kane might get a hat trick, and then Leroy Sané will get the 4th goal.
I think 3-1.
Yeah, I just don't see in a world where they lose. Except Bayern don't have a great keeper right now. They have Ulrich in goal, so that might be interesting. But
yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Arsenal versus PSV Eindhoven.
1-0.
To who?
Arsenal.
Dude, I
Only,
can't.
I'll say
only,
2-0 Arsenal.
only because I think they're gonna have the first game back jitters.
I can't lie. I wholeheartedly hope PSV beat Arsenal.
Dude, I want
It's
PSV to
not gonna
win
happen.
so bad.
I want to hear Brandon
So
cry.
bad.
I want to hear Brandon cry and then be like, "Oh, I can't believe we
I'm gonna
lost."
watch it.
Exactly. That's why I want to hear him cry and then be like, "Well, I actually didn't watch the game."
I need the Arsenal tears, dude. The timeline is going to be insane if they lose that game tomorrow.
If they lose that game tomorrow and then have to go play at White Hart Lane, woo, I think you guys even have more of a chance. Oh no, you guys are playing at
It's at the
Emirates.
Emirates.
Do you think you guys might have a chance?
Wait, isn't Martinelli injured as well?
Yeah, Martinelli's out.
Is
He
he
probably
injured?
won't even. He won't play tomorrow, and he won't play Sunday.
Damn. 2-1 PSV Eindhoven.
I'm saying 2-0 Arsenal, but I really hope PSV win,
I'm going with 2-1 PSV.
or at least get a point.
I think PSV are good enough to get a point or to get a win against Arsenal's B team.
Hey, with the isn't what's his face on there?
What's his face?
I swear, or am I thinking of a different team? No, isn't Lozano? Chucky Lozano is on PSV now with Ricardo Pepi.
Yeah, he came back. That's why I think that's gonna be 2-0. Those two are gonna score goals.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
And then Abdon's gonna be like, "Wow, they scored goals. Arsenal are washed. The CONCACAF beat the European team."
Yeah.
Sevilla versus Lens. A Lens without their star striker of last season.
I mean, you already know Sevilla's gonna try and get third place so they can go
I
back
was gonna say
to the Europa
Sevilla will
League.
just get
So it might be a 1-1 or a 0-0.
Well, to be fair, Lanes in their last 5 games have gotten 1 point in the league.
This is where they turn it around.
It's a Villa in the Champions League, though.
Yeah, that's fair. To also be fair, Sevilla in their last they've only played 4 games this season besides the Super Cup, which they drew against Manchester City and then went to penalties. They have 3 points out of 12. So
Weren't they in like a relegation scrap last year too? Well, obviously not, because
no, they were.
wasn't there a big club in Spain that was in the scrap?
When is there never a big club in Spain that are in the scraps? I swear,
No.
Spain always be crazy up in there. I'm not sure, but they weren't too great last season. Real Madrid versus
They'll win.
Yeah, I think they'll win. I think they'll win 1-0 Sevilla, or it might be a 1-1 draw.
3-1.
Fuck around, like Abdon said, it might just be a 1-1. Get a tie. Real Madrid versus Union Berlin.
3-0.
3-0. I was gonna say 3-0 as well.
I think it's 1-0.
Don't even fuck around. It might be 4.
I think it's 1-0 Real Madrid. I do. I don't think they'll score. I don't think they'll score crazy goals against Berlin. I think that Bellingham will get 1 crazy goal and that'll be it. Kepa will keep a clean sheet.
Is Vinicius injured?
What?
Is Vinicius injured?
Hasn't he been injured this whole season?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Vinicius is still injured. He'll come back. It's predicted early October 2023, so probably mid-October once he gets some training sessions under his belt.
2-0.
To Real Madrid?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say you in Berlin. I was like, that's cool.
Oh no. Actually, no. 2-1 with a fucking Kepa blunder with the long shot.
Kepa's been good this season.
Yeah, he always does that.
Kepa's been really good this season. I mean, he's only kept one clean sheet, but like they've been good.
Exactly.
But he's only conceded 2 goals in 3 games. Better than Onana. Braga versus Napoli.
4-0.
I don't know. Napoli haven't been that good this season. I mean, they've been pretty good. I'm not gonna cap. 2-1. What are you laughing?
Napoli haven't been very good this season. I mean, they've been pretty good. I'm not gonna cap.
They haven't been what they were last season. So that's like the standards last season. That's what Napoli said. So haven't been great.
Just the immediate turnaround. You like barely even finished your sentence, and then you're like, "Nah, I've been pretty good. I'm not gonna count."
They haven't been bad. They haven't been great. You know,
They'll
but
win. They'll win.
they
They'll
win
win
comfortably.
handedly. They'll win.
The last two games, I think only one will be surprisingly exciting. Benfica versus Salzburg. I don't know about you guys, but I think Benfica will win that easy.
Yeah, probably.
But Real Sociedad versus Inter is one that I think could go either way.
Nah, Inter win it.
No, yeah, I think Inter will win.
Real Sociedad have been really good this season.
It'll be a tough 2-0.
That's fair. I just think that they got enough quality surprise.
They do.
So that's why I think it'll be one of those games where like Inter probably will win, but I think it'll be one where people are like, "Oh, that's a lot closer. It was a lot tougher than I expected it to be."
Yeah.
And with Real Sociedad,
That's why I think
being
it'll be
balanced.
like 1-0. It'll be a tight game, and then Inter will seal it with like 15, 20 minutes to play, something like that.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. But I think that's everything we have to cover today. Now that we're back officially with league football. Unless you
Yeah,
guys-
the international break is over.
Yeah,
Thank God for that. Well, actually,
Yes.
no, go back.
go back. Unless you guys, anyone has anything else that we forgot to cover, or they wanted to talk about real quick.
I guess I don't really care to talk about it much, but just to bring it up, Daniel Levy revealed today that Harry Kane's contract has a buyback clause in it, or like the transfer had a buyback clause, so that's interesting.
You think he just went to Germany to win one trophy and he's gonna come right back?
I was gonna say I would not be surprised if he's on the team next summer.
I would. I feel like that's
No,
way too
he
quick.
won't be. Yeah, he won't be. But people are saying, imagine Levy triggers the buyback clause in January to cuck him out of a Champions League run.
That'd be kind of hilarious. But the player also has to agree to come back. He has to sign the
Yeah.
contract. So maybe
Yeah,
he will. Maybe it's just he was supposed to leave for 2 seasons and he wanted to come back. You know, that's probably why they agreed to that transfer.
Yeah, maybe.
So, but I mean, that's between clubs. So who knows? Maybe he didn't have a decision in it.
Yeah.
Only time will tell. That's an interesting one. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hear
All
about?
right.
I think the only other thing I want to touch on is just because unfortunately he's getting big news, but it is crazy it's happening. Mason Greenwood, the chance I think was it against Valencia that Hetafe played. Let me check.
Did he score?
He didn't score, not that I know of. He didn't score, but maybe. Oh no, it was Osasuna.
Osasuna.
Yeah, their fans got in trouble because they were
Oh, the chanting.
the
Yeah,
chanting
yeah,
of
yeah.
like basically "Go die, Mason Greenwood" is kind of
Yeah.
wild. I mean, I think they were fairly punished, but I don't think anyone in the footballing world blames them after all the video stuff that came out. So, it's unfortunate that that's going on, but I don't know. I think that's gonna be what Hetafe are gonna have to deal with this season, since they're the one that wanted to give him an opportunity.
When you make mistakes, you got to suffer the consequences.
Yeah. Do I think it's right? No, but do I think that it's not the worst thing I've ever seen in football? Yeah, I don't think it's the worst thing we've ever seen. So I don't know. Just that's another thing.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna get serenaded, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
like that the rest of his life. So
Yeah.
he's gonna have to learn to live with it.
I just feel bad because for Hetafe fans, because I'm sure there is a portion of Hetafe fans that are not pro Mason Greenwood, and their club is gonna be drug into this whole, scandal. They're gonna be the face of it, part of the face of it, since they're the ones that backed Mason Greenwood, they're the ones that gave him the first opportunity back into club football. I think it's going to be something they're going to have to deal with. And if he starts playing well, then they're going to have a whole nother discussion because then, that England call-up is going to come beckoning again. And then we'll see what really goes down.
No, I don't think he ever gets called up for England.
I would say that I would agree with you. What I'm saying is we'll see where the prerogative is for teams. I don't know. It'll be an interesting season just because of the scandal on his end. I think it's going to be a lot of content to cover. Good or bad.
Yeah.
It is going to be content. And we're here for it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think if that's everything,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're good for this week. Thank you guys all again for tuning in. You guys want us to talk about anything specific, tweet at us at CONCACAF Connection on Twitter. Link will be in the bios. Like and subscribe to the YouTube videos. I was feeling I was going to say something else.
Something I was going to say, something big might be coming soon with this podcast. I don't want to give it away right now, but
Even we don't
know.
Maybe we do know. Maybe I'm just
talked about it recently. There's something coming out soon.
Oh, that's right.
That we might be creating content with and posting. So
look out for that. Yeah, it'll be fun.
You'll know when you see it.
But I think that's everything. So thank you guys all again for tuning in. Have a great night. Peace out.
See ya.